Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to Let's Play Planet Coaster. I'm superfiend, and here we are at the loading screen, so let's get our park loaded up. The last one we were working on, Whacky World. And here we are. I was out at the main menu because I changed the UI scale, so everything's not going to be so darn big. And we've got our $6,000 here. The park's running in just regular speed. Everybody's happy. And let's go ahead and collect this challenge reward of $1,000. So that puts us up to $6,800 to make a roller coaster. I'm going to pause it while we do this because I don't want one of these rides breaking down and causing all sorts of problems. I want to make sure that we get the most out of this money, and I don't want to lose half of it in the middle of designing a roller coaster. And this ride is going to be an American Arrow. We're going to put it over here and probably do a chain lift up this way, kind of bring it back around. Actually, chain lift this way, bring it this way. Maybe do something over here, and then maybe a little spin, and then bring it back into the station. Kind of what I'm thinking. Not much, just something simple so that people will go on it and be happy. And actually, before we place the ride down, we want to make room for the queue buildings. We want to have room for them to go on this ride. And how I think we're going to do that is, I think we're going to build off of this path here. I was going to build it here. Okay. We're going to build off this building because the queue is going to go over the top of these buildings. That's how it's going to work. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to get a flat roof piece. I like to use the metal. And let's see, put one here, and then we build another one on top of it. And this is where the roof naturally wants to, if we put a roof on these, this is where it naturally wants to sit. And if we want the path to sit nicely on the roof, we need another one on top. So these are going to be the two 4-meter squares that we're going to use to kind of get our paths situated down below. So let's start working on the queue line. Let's see. And go ahead with the wood queue again. Actually, for the roller coaster, let's do this glossy orange vinyl. I'm going to do selecting grid, and we don't want this roof tile on the bottom. We want the one above it. So if we select that, and I think the ride entrance is going to be kind of about here in the middle of the buildings. So we're just going to go this way like this. Whoops. Didn't want those to connect. Okay, the way we get around that is we do this and then do that. That to connect. Go here, here, okay. And this is kind of the way the queue is going to wind over the top of these buildings there. Now we need to place an area for the queue to connect on the ground, and there's a couple ways we can do that. But first we want to build where it's going to join up. We should be able to go here, here. I want this one to come out and then come down. I know we can do it, and the roller coaster station is going to kind of be smushed up here, so we really don't want the path under here. Let's go ahead. Let's build a path out this way. Let's see if we deselect. Back. There we go. That'll work. And then underneath here, We can just continue this path. We'll just continue it this way. And I see that somebody has broken a trash can. We'll have to address that. We'll try not to forget. Okay, there we go. That's a nice little queue line. Kind of go up, wrap around above itself. And it's very tricky to get queues to go underneath themselves. You really kind of have to get a full building's distance between them. And an easy way to do that is to just put 2 roof tiles on top of a building and then 2 roof tiles flat on the ground, and then just build off of the top roof tile with the select grid, and then you can get the spacing about right. And there's some nice things you can do so that you can connect the second to the you can connect the 2 floors together within 3 tiles, or you can go like 3 tiles this way and then 3 tiles that way and make a nice slanted ramp. Maybe do that elsewhere in the series. And so the right entrance is going to have to line up with this one right here. We're going to put the station here, and that's where it's going to line up. And we're also going to have to make room for the ride exit. And the ride exit will maybe go this way and then come down. That seems like it could work. So let's go ahead and work on a ride exit. We're going to go ahead and use this, not brick, we'll use this blue path. They call it a lovely blue path. We'll just build this out like this. And when we get to here, go ahead and we'll select this top one here. These, I don't know if these are going to want to connect. Let's see. Oh, they want to. There we go. And that will wrap right around the building. Connect that like that. So the right exit's going to go that way. And let's go back to our queue and select grid. Okay, there we go. This is where the entrance and the exit for this ride are going to be. It's not going to be optimal in terms of getting people on and off the ride, but it's going to fit the need of keeping everything nice and tight and close together. And we'll go ahead and edit these buildings and delete these 2, and we can take those 2 off of there. And then later on, when we add some more scenery around this, probably an episode or 2 later, I don't really know if we're going to, because all of this is temporary. I don't want to over decorate something that's temporary. I just want to make it functional and have it provide some sort of income so that we can get the real part going. Let's build our coaster station. And I think for this one, I'm going to have it come this way, and then I'm just going to change it so that everything loads on that side. And so what that'll do is towards that white arrow where is the front, that's where they want to get off. And we can line that up more with the exit, and then the entrance will line up a little bit more with the center of the ride. And so what we're going to do, I'm just going to place this and hit X. We can go into advanced move. We're going to make it just about as tall as the path floor, maybe a little bit less, a little bit higher, pretty even. That's pretty even there. There you go. And then we'll just move it over until it will let us place it. We'll build that. And we'll click done because we want to make sure that we can get the entrance and the exit to connect. Okay, that connected. Let's get the exit. Okay, so what we probably have to do is just delete that, and then as we slide this one over, no, it doesn't want to. Well, that worked for whatever reason. Okay. And we got the American Arrow 3. Before we make any big changes to this, or in terms of the track, let's just get the coaster state. Let's try to charge $14 for this. Customize it later. No music. No music. We're going to end up with a block section. We don't have one yet. We want to do a full load. No minimum time. Maximum of 40 seconds. And we're probably going to have to change this depending on where the block section gets placed. But for right now, a minimum departure of 5 seconds will be good. Okay. Oh, and inspection time every 10 minutes. And usually what happens with the American Aero roller coasters is they get an average reliability, so they tend to break down somewhat frequently. And I really haven't done a lot of experimenting. I think if you get too many chain lifts or block sections or other things like that in there, then they just break down more often. So you kind of want to space those things out and not overuse them, especially in a scenario like this where we don't have a big enough park to supplement the income of a mechanic walking over and fixing this thing or it being broken down all the time. So we really want to make just a simple ride, a chain lift, maybe a couple twists, a little drop, maybe a loop, and then bring it back into the station with a block section so we can get 2 cars on it. Let's start doing that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and 8. Oops. Angle snap on. We'll go with a 45-degree lift. And a 20-meter section, and that's already getting kind of tall, build up a lot of speed. Let's go down to 8, and then we will drop it down. Drop it down 11 degrees. It's only 27 meters. Drop it down 11 degrees, and then we're here in the regular track now. And I kind of want to get a 90-degree turn. It's going to go down really far with that. So we don't want it flat, so I'm going to change that. Still going to keep our 90 degrees. I'm going to give it a 5% decline angle. We're going to keep that angle all the way to there, and we're going to just do a 180. Now, as we come into this, let's keep it slightly. We'll shorten it down to 9. Let's turn on our banking offset. Let's just put a little twist in here. I don't know if it'll be able to get through this. Yeah, it's not going to be able to get through that. It's not going to have enough. Well, no, I don't like that. Back, 0. How tall is it? 29 meters is 90 feet. Okay. Shorten it up. Okay, let's just do a basic drop then. Okay, we'll send it on a 45-degree incline going down. Stretch this out. Flatten out. We're not going to go all the way to the ground. We're going to flatten out a little bit sooner and leave it a little bit off the ground maybe. And the reason for that is we want to be able to cruise back into the station. So we want it kind of the same height as the station. That'll work. We'll just do 5 meters right there. How's our money? 3,000. It goes pretty quick when you're building a coaster. And we have to make sure they get through this loop. So let's, maybe about there would be good. A 6 meter difference between here, and they're going to get their real speed on this one here. So they might just make it through there. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. And let's go ahead and increase this a little bit. And we'll send them up. How far up? We'll make it more gradual. Then here, change this to 15. So they'll go up 4. I think they can make 60. 20 meters. We got $2,400 left. We're gonna flatten it out. Okay. I think they will be able to make it up this hill. I think they will. We're gonna add a block section. 500. Yeah. I don't know that we can add a block section. I just don't think that's gonna work. No block section. We are going to bring it back down. Bring it over here. Shorten this. Let's turn on the banking offset and see what this looks like if we twist it out a little bit. Okay. Want to keep this bank going. They're going to like this. Longer. Maybe they can come over this path. All is that going to be? Now we need to bring it around. I don't know if it's going to have enough momentum to carry it up any hills. Raise it up just a little bit. Bring it back towards that track. Then we'll bring it here. We got $1,300. We really need to think about getting this thing back over to the station. We're going to put our block section here. Raise it up a little bit. 390. Block section. Yeah, that looked really janky, didn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't want to go on that. That look. Kind of a really awkward block section. Kind of an awkward end, but you know what? We're going to keep that. And maybe just this, no, just this piece right here. We'll change it to be trim brakes, so it'll slow down as it Goes down that kind of sharp descent in there. And we'll see how this works. And we'll see how this works. And we're going to have to unpause the game and turn it on. I think I'm going to change the chain lift speed. I'm going to increase it to 10. We've got $300. So that, I mean, we just barely squeaked by with that. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Get our testing. And let's see if this thing will make it through. Go into orbit mode. And see what happens here. If it's got enough speed to make it through the whole thing. And then we'll see how they like it. Or what the evaluation is at the end. Okay, it might make it. I think this is going to work. Probably not going to be very exciting. The excitement's there. We could use more fear. Before we open that, let's just take a look at the heat maps. Fear. Well, really just not much we can do about that. And if I start smoothing things out, if I smooth this section out here, then the excitement's going to drop. So we kind of just want to leave that the way it is. And let's maybe just go on one more ride around it. But let's do it from the seat. Here we go. Sorry. And let's just see how it looks. You know, if there's anything that looks really bad while you're riding it, maybe we'll smooth that out. We got a simple loop. Got through that with some pretty good speed. A little bit of a tummy tickler, as I call him with my daughter. Cruise through there. You know what? I like it. I'm going to keep it just like that. And I don't really have a good name for this right now. So let's just call this the little arrow. Okay, we made $400 this month. We can open up this ride. Oh, no, we can't. I lied. It's closed. We need to go back into operations. We got to turn on the block section. We got to get two coaster trains. And how long is this ride? Okay, we got to do testing again. Got a little excited, a little ahead of myself there. Wanted to just get it going. 5 seconds or whatever I had it set at over here is not going to be enough. We're gonna, see this one's already going through. It's going to get stopped at the top here. So we'll just see how long it's stopped for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just say we change this to 12 seconds. And we'll just speed it up here. We got a broken down ride. So go ahead and add a mechanic. Probably going to keep him full time now. Let's go back over to testing our ride. And what we want to see is this one coming right back into the station right as this one reaches the top of the chain lift. Okay, so we need to wait a couple extra seconds. So probably 16 is going to be enough. It won't be enough for this one, but it should be enough for this one's next visit. And then, of course, as people get in and out of the ride, it sometimes takes them longer than 16 seconds, so that will help too. Okay, we are at minus 500. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. Out of the block section, there's no weight up top. All right, there we go. Now we can open it. We're gonna make some money here. What is the prestige? Okay. We might be charging too much, but let's see if they're gonna go on it. And now is where we're gonna really start making money. And if we can get up to, if we can get up to, let's say, probably about 10,000, I think we could build one more roller coaster that'll be a little bit bigger, and we might even be able to fit like one more flat ride right in here. Maybe we can do that. And that should subsidize the park pretty well. If we do another flat ride, maybe it'll be a family attraction of some sort, because we've got we'll have 3 roller coasters for the adults and the teens, and we'll have 2 family rides. And it'll all just be built off this one strip. That should be enough to subsidize really building the rest of the park. Check our employees. We'll look at the challenge in a moment. Everybody's doing okay. The janitor's happy. Let's go ahead and train him. Let's just increase his pay to $130 a month, which is just so much money. And these guys could do with a little bit more. They're not quite fully happy. And $290 is not really enough for our mechanic. Actually, we'll do $305. Train him one time. And let's go ahead and, well, before we do any more training on the staff members, let's see if we are missing cells. Yeah, we're missing cells, but no cells missed last month. I don't get it. It looks busy, but no cells missed. No cells missed last month. I think we're going to go ahead and train the one vendor. This one here. And that should be good enough to fulfill the needs of the people. There's not that many of them in line. This ride here has a Q rating of just 25%. It's really not that great. We could make that better if we just built, a little bit of floor and building around this thing. Maybe we'll do that in a few minutes. Maybe we'll do that as part of this episode. And let's see. Probably want to add a security guard and an entertainer and get that hat shop in here. Everybody's mostly happy. Let's see what their big complaints are. More rides. Little Arrow is so expensive. Carousel was full. Okay, so how many people are not going on this at $14? Speed it up more. A few people are walking away from it. So let's change the price. Let's drop it down to 12. Our monthly running costs are $1,000. It's kind of a lot. Car utility. But what we really want is we want that thing filled up. And it's about time, I think, maybe to add a security guard, because then he'll catch the pickpockets and people will get their money back. When they have their money stolen from them, then they can't spend anything on your rides and attractions. So we're going to add one security guard. See, now we're really kind of raking in the money here. Got another challenge is complete. And let's go ahead and add a Gulpy Rex. $3,000 that month. That's good. We're off to a great start here now. Now that we got an actual roller coaster. Pay the security guy $170 and Gulpy Rex. Give him $220. We'll call him, where is he? Entrance Rex. And I think we're doing pretty good now. Let's see. Our bins are being emptied. Nobody's really using the benches. And our mechanic is taking care of the rides. Now we're making $1,700 a month. People should be a lot happier. I think we can throw in a gift shop get that hat shop in here, and we'll see if we make money on that. Good time to do that. Shops and facilities. I don't remember if it was a hat shop or not. It's hats. All right. Go ahead and we don't have a pirate area, and we don't have a sci-fi area. Okay, those are the hats you can buy for now, folks. You know what? I'm going to try to get away with $16 a hat. I want to make money on this place. And let's... we'll make the baseball cap. We'll make it 10. And we will go ahead... Archer hat. What scenery thing would an archer hat go with? I don't know. Oh, rename the shop. Entrance hats. Okay. This is looking good. Look at that. We got a nice queue here. It's filling up nicely. Queue for Little Arrow was quick. Queue for looks fast for Little Arrow. $3,000 a month if everything goes well on that ride. We got lots of people in line over here. Guests are happy. What else do they want? I wish there were more rides. And okay, let's go ahead and build up around this just a little bit. That'll increase the queue scenery rating. We'll make it real fast. Here's a good way to do it, and it'll help demonstrate why I put things where I did the first time. So when we put this building piece, okay, when we built this path, we used two building pieces stacked on each other like this, and we used the grid for this one, which places the path flat on the lower building piece. So now when we want to build an actual roof under here and make it look like it's all connected correctly, it will. There we go. See, now it looks like the floor is just flat with the roof when you use the select grid of two roof pieces on top of each other. And we did the same thing on the floor. So when I go and I start building on the floor here, it will look exactly the same. And that all looks really nice like that. Can't put one there. See if what that did for the queue. It was at like 25. Now it's up to 32. A little bit better. Let's go ahead. We can enclose this area. Let's go ahead and do a... What would I like to build it out of? Let's go with the vinyl plastic. We're going to build it on the outside edge like this. Actually, I'm going to use the 1 meter pieces. I'm going to build them flush with the floor. And let's just change their color to whatever this is, some sort of green. And we'll just do it just like that. And we're going to go ahead and use the shop front so that it has kind of windows on it. And we'll change that to this other kind of light color over here. That's looking good. And then a 4-meter one to enclose that off completely. And I don't really know if I want an arch here. I think I do. Let's get a wall right there like that. Nope. Lied. There we go. And we'll put the archway right on top of the wall. Maybe just sink that archway down like that. We can always put something along the front here to cover up this little glitch that resulted from that. And we'll go ahead and go to the 4-meter panel again. Go like this. Okay, happy with that. Kind of an interesting building. Really tall. And let's go ahead and put a roof on it. Let's see, flat roof, pitched roof. We really don't have a lot of roofs to choose from here. Oh, that's the filter, that's why. Now we got a lot. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with this one here. Get it over the correct piece. All right, when it starts doing stuff like that, here's an easy way to do it. Just build, build, build. Select them, move. Sometimes the game is a little picky about moving just one piece at a time. So then build 3 of them and move those 3 together, and then it should work fine, and it'll be easier. What else did we have? Got these roof trims. Can I do anything neat with these? Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and get a panel wall piece, a curved one, and we'll just fill in these holes. Vinyl plastic. Go ahead. Duplicate those. Put those ones right there. So there's our building. It's a little wonky, and let's go ahead and cover this with glass. Not fiberglass, glass. Glass. I don't have a glass roof. I have a glass canopy. That's a little weird. There we go. That'll work for me. You can always maybe come back and dress this up later, put some signs or something on it, or some hanging vines, but that'll work for now. So let's see. Screws on in here. Looks all right. All right to me. Okay, and the Q scenery rating, did we get anything substantial out of all that work? Like, it was like, what, 20% before anything that was there, and now it's up to that. So we got a little bit out of it. It'd also be a good time to, let's go ahead and just If I can get this. Be a good time to build something around the bathroom there. And let's go ahead, do a square archway. Make it orange, bright orange. Okay, there's the entrance to our bathroom. Nice bright orange entrance. And we will orange panel wall. Let's get a one panel section. We'll just build something hanging off the ceiling here. Light color. Okay, there we go. So now that's hanging out like that. That looks okay to me. See, you know, that kind of looks like a little bit of a coaster station, and then this building design could really just kind of be extended across here, maybe with the glass panels, just go all the way across. I don't know. I don't really this is that 4-meter piece from the bathroom. It's poking through here. We got that. I thought there was a graphical glitch somewhere along here. It's okay. We'll worry about that later. Okay, look at that. We got $9,000 while we were goofing off with that building. And let's just really quick check our employees. Make sure everybody's happy. Who's this? This is our hat person or our soda person. Why are they not happy? Probably want more money. Let's give them training, and we'll set them to $165 a month. And the Gulpy guy, or the Gulpy Rex, is happy. Let's go ahead and train him. Janitor's doing okay. We'll just make him 135. And I'm not going to train him because I don't have to pay him more. You have to pay him at least the minimum of what their training is for the next level. So if we train him at 140, then he needs to make 140. And we're going to be cheap. Everybody's got a normal workload. It's usually worth training your security guys. Now, the security guys are weird. It costs a lot to train them, but then you don't have to pay them as much as it costs to train them. I don't know why the security training is so expensive compared to the other staff training. Is that intentional? Is that a bug? I don't know, but it's always been that way for as long as I've played the game, and I started playing the game after they added the security features. So that's just what I'm used to. And do a quick check on the guests and see what they want. They want more fun things to do, and where'd it go? I want to do something fun. I don't want to buy hats. So apparently the park's not fun enough for them to buy a hat. And really the big complaint is we need more rides. So this is a pretty good time to tie off this episode. Before we completely finish it, let's just start with a family ride at $1,000 a month. And let's go ahead and also research another thrill ride. We'll do whatever this twist and spin. I don't know exactly what we get out of it. We're going to go ahead and get that research going, and we'll pick up where we left off in the next episode. We've got a good income here. I'd like to build one more larger roller coaster over here, or maybe this way. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe over here, and we'll use this area for the queue, and then put like a little track ride or a flat ride right in here. And then this area of the park will be complete. It will subsidize building over here. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next episode. See you then.